All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I've got a beautiful piece here with me. This is the Reeve Knives Large Sebenza 21 with carbon fiber inlays. This was a Blade HQ exclusive, currently discontinued, but the classic look will never be discontinued, guys. This is something like evergreen, unmistakable. Uh, every knife enthusiast, everybody in the knife industry knows about this and refers to this one as the benchmark for folding knives. We're gonna have a look at the visual, auditory, and kinesthetic aspects of this blade. So basically how it looks, how it sounds, and how it feels. And let's get started. So right off the bat, you see these beautiful inlays. They are really gorgeous. I love the pattern of this carbon fiber. And as you can see, the inlays are following the contours of the handle, of the screws, of the holes. They're really well thought and well designed. Look at this, really beautiful. This particular version has the flats in the handles, satin, and has these edges here sandblasted. So it's a really, really nice touch. The only thing is that the satin flats are like a fingerprint magnet, but the shiny look that the handles have is just a joy to watch. So I don't mind my fingerprints on that. The custom clip that I placed, it's different than the factory one. I really don't like the original pocket clip. It's too simple for me. It's really functional, absolutely, but doesn't look good. So I bought this millet clip, which is carbon fiber as a carbon fiber inlay with the same pattern of the factory inlays. It has the satin flats and the sandblasted edges. So really takes all the design aspects of the handles and integrates all the missing ones from the original pocket clip into this one. So I think this is just a stunning look with a great fit and finish. I mean, just the right pocket clip, in my opinion. Something that I really like about this design is how they reinforced, you see, around the screws, the handles. See, they're a little bit larger to confer more strength. So that's a really, really nice attention to the details, and it's just incredible. I mean, in its simplicity, the construction is basically like 3 screws, 2 scales, and 1 blade, and washers. Yeah, but very, very simple construction. Reeve sells these knives with an Allen key to encourage disassembly of the blade, so you can maintain your blade, you can clean it up, you can lube it, so you can really take care of your blades your blade by yourself. And they are awesome, providing the right tool to do the job by yourself. If you screw up, you cannot put the knife back together. You just ship it back to them. They're gonna do it for you at no charge. It's great service they provide. Another little detail that I really appreciate on this design is how this contour here widens up to this tip, and then goes back to the normal width all around the handles. It's a subtle touch, but I really love that. Something to notice here is just the lanyard hole right here. Now it's occupied by a carbon fiber pin, which holds in place the carbon fiber backspacer that I installed here. So normally here you would see either nothing or just a pin with a lanyard hole attached. When you open the blade, you can really admire the Sebenza in its glory. I mean, this drop point blade is just really sexy. The hollow grind, it's phenomenal. It's done in a way that it's beautiful. Really, really thin behind the edge. Incredibly long sharpening life. You can sharpen this guy many, many times and you're still gonna have like a pretty awesome slicer. The blade profile is just incredibly well designed. You have a straight line here, a little bit of belly here, which is beautifully has beautiful proportions. I love it. I don't know if you can notice, but the blade here, the swedge, has two lines, 1 and 2. So there's a little angle here, a little change of direction, and then boom, goes down for the jimping. So 1, 2, 3. It's fantastic. I think it's just close to perfection. You see, jimping here is really nicely designed. It's beautiful. The spine here is just crowned. It's super super nice to look at. Look at the reflections. Very, very well made. The sharpening choil, really functional. If you need to sharpen this one, you're gonna have no issues whatsoever. Another distinctive element of their design is just the cutout here for your thumb, just to disengage the lock and just close the blade. So overall, beautifully cut out, which allows your thumb as well in the closed position to access your thumb stud to just open the blade. So very comfortable and very, very well designed. So another thing that I really appreciate is that inside the scales here, you can see the production date. So basically B19 here means that B is the second quarter of 19. So you know when your blade was produced, all right? So overall, the design is just like an evergreen, just unmistakable. You cannot go wrong, I mean, with a Sebenza 21. And let's hear some noises that this guy makes, because Sebenza noise, it's one of the most recognizable, most distinctive sounds that a knife can make. The opening is so smooth that you don't hear anything. This blade is running on phosphorus bronze washers, and I'm using nano oil to lubricate the washer, so it gives a little bit glassy, smooth sound and feel than the grease that Reeve provides. So let's just hear this noise here. When the blade opens and the detent ball exits the track on the blade, that's the noise it makes. It's almost imperceptible. You cannot hear almost anything. It's a soft sound, it's very subtle, but when the blade locks in place, this is the noise that it makes. One more time. This is something truly, truly iconic. This thud, it's something that only the Sebenza makes. I don't know how they achieve this sound here, but I'm telling you, it's something incredible. There is, of course, no lock stick, because the lock face here has been carbidized, because this is titanium, this is steel, so it could, create some lock stick issues, but there's nothing, so completely silent. When you close the blade, it just glides down, and the sound it makes when closing, it's just like a really subtle clink. that is unique. It's so distinctive, so elegant, really recognizable that, I mean, no other knife like makes a noise like this. When you open the blade, you can use two hands if you want, or one hand. If you're gonna deploy the blade with one hand, holding the handle, you're gonna produce this kind of sound. It's beautiful. It's like incredible. If you just leave the handle open so the sound can escape through the cracks of the handle, the sound is gonna be a little bit different. See, a little bit louder, but still just a gorgeous sound. I think this is like a signature noise. I mean, if you're somewhere and you hear this sound, you know it's a Sebenza closing. If you hear this one, you know it's a Sebenza opening and locking in place. So very, very distinctive sound. You can handle this knife like this, or a little bit, with your finger, like in falling right there, or just a little bit more in the front if you wanna be a little bit more precise in your carving, or, use fully the jimping. So you have a couple positions, but in neither of those, you're gonna feel hot spots. The only hot spots you can feel is from the factory pocket clip, at least I feel that, and that's another reason why I changed into this custom millet clip. I really prefer this one because, tapers down like this and there's no hot spots whatsoever. Also, another reason why I got the inlaid version is because it gives a little bit more grip and more purchase because it's beefier. So when you handle the blade, you feel it more solid than the plain Jane one, because plain Jane is gonna be a little bit thinner and a little bit slippery, not so much, but this one gives more traction and more solidity in the hand. So that's one reason why I prefer inlaid Sebenza 21. The jimping is, as we said, not aggressive. It's truly functional, so it gives you like some nice confidence when holding the hand. It's not gonna go anywhere. The crowning here has a wonderful feeling. It's just like beautifully done. This is something really smooth and pleasant. There is a break-in period of of this blade. If you use nano oil, you can, when you disengage the lock, you're gonna have the blade dropping. It's not gonna drop shut, you see. You just to force it, but it's not a big deal because it's just a joy, and I don't mind blade not dropping shut in this case. So I really appreciate this glassy, smooth opening feeling that you get when you use two hands, when you deploy the blade with one hand. It's truly a joy. If you want the blade to fall shut, you need to polish the washers, but you're gonna probably void the warranty, so yeah, I don't know about that. Another really nice aspect of this blade is the weight. This is a lightweight knife. It's not a small knife, but it's pretty lightweight. It's extremely well built. The tolerances are extremely tight, and there's no wiggle, no blade play, nothing, no lock rock, no lock stick. It's truly well built and well designed, and that's why you have this incredible and solid feel holding this blade, which gives you like an incredible confidence in the tasks you're gonna be performing with this knife. this is also like a conversation piece. I mean, this has some historical value as well, because Chris Reeve was the guy who invented the frame lock, and many other makers adopted it because it's so functional and simple and intuitive, and it's just a clever solution to lock the blade in place. They offer an astounding warranty. You can, if you scratch it, you can just send it back. They're gonna do a spot treatment for free. They're gonna sharpen the blade. I mean, they're gonna take care of your knife and return it to you. You have, I think, just to pay the shipping cost, but you're gonna basically have a brand new knife once you're gonna receive it back. Something else that it's really appealing about the Sebenza 21 is that it pretty much holds the value in time. So the feeling you're gonna have after the purchase of this blade, even if it's not a cheap one, is gonna be that you will be feeling to have purchased something that is gonna last. So you're gonna have in the back of your head the knowledge that you bought a stunning piece, truly functional, a piece of art, a piece of history, and it's not gonna let you down anytime. And all right, guys, this was my review of the large Sebenza 21. Hope you enjoyed my video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.